muscle meter with its best friend, the Measurz app. And so there's two different ways that you can start to utilize the muscle meter with the Measurz app. The first way you can integrate it with the Measurz app is via the plus button, which lives in the bottom right-hand corner of the home page there. And then all you simply do is you select the muscle meter. If you select the strength function, that is our sort of first testing mode, which is going to measure the max strength. We also have an endurance testing mode and a rate of force development testing mode. And we'll talk about those a little bit later in this video and show you some examples of those. But if I click on the strength button here, if I haven't connected up a muscle meter before, it will ask me to connect device. And you'll end up on a screen like this. All you simply do is turn on your muscle meter and you'll see that it'll pop up on the screen there, ready to connect. And if I tap that, I'm there ready to be able to start to utilize the muscle meter with the Measurz app. When we utilize the muscle meter with the Measurz app, it's really important to put it into the live mode. So if you hold the kilogram button, it'll switch it from the hold mode that it was just in to the live mode. And you'll see that I can perform as many repetitions as I want there. And you'll get the peak force and the average force of each repetition that you do there. You'll also see if I tap on the view all button that you can see each repetition that you've done. And if you have made a mistake, for instance, on this last one where I tapped the device, put it down, I can simply swipe left on it and I can delete that repetition to keep the results really nice and clean and accurate for what I want to do. If I want to switch the device, all I do is simply hit the Bluetooth button in the top right-hand corner, and that will then give me a list of other devices that I've got on there. So I just turn on another muscle meter if I've got one there, and I'd switch it across there. So it's super easy. The same process for this is also the same process for our gripper. So if you're watching this video, you've got a gripper, the process is exactly the same. The testing modes are exactly the same. So you'll be able to start to utilize that. So that's a really quick way to be able to start to use the muscle meter with some of those testing modes. The other way we can do that is through our test itself, which is going to then keep the data and track it over time, compared to our normative or reference data that's built into the app, as well as then show us the improvements between sessions too, which is really useful. And so to do that, we hit start testing. Okay, and I'm going to select Mapman here, and I'm going to hit start testing. And I'm going to set up a template. The best way to always test is to have some templates there ready to go. And if I simply go into my templates, I've already set up a muscle meter protocol for this video here. And you'll see that there's 4 different types of testing modes for the muscle meter itself. The first one is the max testing mode, which is actually the second test in the queue here. And we just saw that previously in the last video, earlier in this video, sorry. Where if we hit the left side, we're going to test the left. So if we're looking at shoulder flexion, and then I push on the device and then relax. Okay, and I can perform as many repetitions as I want on each side. I hit save and I move to the other side. I then repeat again. I hit save, and then we get our results. If your client has had any pain or discomfort, you can also put that in there. You can also put in notes using the voice to text, as you should already know as well. And you hit save, and then you'll see your results through there. So we have the peak, and then we have the average force across the top of the screen as well. And then we can see the asymmetry between sides. We can see where they are compared to the norm. So in this case, for shoulder abduction, we should be able to do about 14% of body weight. You can see on the left, it's above that. The right's sort of in that average zone. So the average zone will be a little bit either side of what that normative data gives us there. And so we can see that really clearly. Our clients can see that really clearly. And it's really easy to explain and track that progression over time. If you have put on any pain or discomfort, you can tap the data points as well. And you'll see that will be in there as well to give you some context around the results that you're seeing. So really meaningful there. The second testing mode is our endurance mode. So again, this screen looks the same. If we test the left side again, this time we come into our endurance screen. It looks a little bit different. So we can set the timer up by pushing the little pencil icon for as long as we want to test the endurance over. So typically an endurance test is over 15 seconds. Typically what you'll see is 30 seconds, which is why it's the default. And then all we do is we push the play button. You'll get a countdown of 3, 2, 1. And then we want our patient or client to push as hard as they can for that full time frame. And you'll see if you've got your smart device on loud, there'll also be a countdown beep for the last 10 seconds. And we get the peak force in that time frame, and we get the average force in that time frame as well, which is really useful. we can then quickly compare to the other side. We won't go ahead and do that now. The last testing mode. So if I hit the little icon in the bottom left-hand corner here, it's going to take me back to the testing queue, and we can look at that rate of force development mode. And the same as we've done with the other ones. We hit the blue action button there, which is going to connect up to the muscle meter. But the difference for the rate of force development, which we'll talk a bit more about later in this video, is we want them to push as hard and as fast as they can. Okay, and so that's going to give us not only peak force, but also a peak and average rate of force development. So how fast that they can generate force to that peak of the specific task or specific movement that you're asking them to do. So again, really meaningful data that you can utilize for your patients, and it's going to change the way that you program and you train your clients as well. So super useful and easy there. The last mode is what we use for pain pressure threshold testing, and that's where we use our trigger function. So all I'm going to do here is simply clip off the pusher cap. I'm going to push the trigger cap on there. Okay, a little bit of force, it clips on, and away we go. And simply what we'll do in this case is we're going to apply pressure to the part of the body that we want to assess. And we tell our clients to tell us when the pain becomes, unbearable. And then what we ask them to do at the end is we have a kilogram number, but also we can put in some context there into how much out of 10 that was rated as well. So if they said that was a 9 out of 10, again, we've got some context to be able to track that. So there you go. There are 4 testing modes that you can use with the muscle meter paired up with the Measurz app. It will track all that over time. You can generate some really nice reports that you can send it literally in one click to your clients and hopefully get some better long-term outcomes for the people you're working with. What we're going to go on to now is we're going to go on and show you some examples of those 3 main testing modes. So the strength mode, the endurance mode, and the rate of force development mode when we're working with an actual client. So let's go check it out. Now we're going to start to talk about the different muscle meter testing modes built into our Measurz app. And there's 3 different modes we're going to look at. First is the max strength mode. Second is the endurance mode. And third is the RFD mode. And they're all going to provide us some different information about the quality of the muscle strengths that Rama's possessing here. So we're going to look at shoulder abduction as an example for all of these. But obviously there's over 50 different tests you can perform in each of these different testing groups to be able to assess all the different muscles in the body. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into our Measurz app and we're going to have a look at the shoulder abduction max strength test. And that's in the strength muscle meter max category. Now turn our muscle meter on. If it's already been paired up with the device, it will already be connected there. And all we do is simply then select the side that we're going to test. As you know, I like to get the muscle meter in really close to the body and make sure when I'm standardizing the position where I put the muscle meter on. So I'm going to pick about an inch proximal or a couple of centimeters proximal to the stylo process on the ulnar there. And all I'm going to simply do there is get in nice and close against my body and have Rama push up as hard as he can for 2 to 3 seconds till we get a max value there and relax. Good. With our new max strength testing mode, you can perform 1 repetition or multiple repetitions as well. So for Rama here, we're going to perform 1 more repetition if that's okay. And we're going to place it out there. I'm going to ask Rama to push up again as hard as he can for 2 to 3 seconds. Push, 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 push. Always trying to motivate your patient or client to make sure that you're getting the maximum force they can. And there we see here, we have the peak force and we have the average force. We're then going to quickly just select the right side by pushing the right blue button with the muscle meter logo on it. And we're going to come around to this side and start to test. So we're going to position him in exactly the same position. We're going to place the muscle meter in exactly the same position as well, right against the body. We're going to push up as hard as you can on the side. Push, 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 and relax. Good. And again, go. Push, 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 push. Beautiful. And relax. And so again, we get the peak force, we get the average force, we hit save. If there was any pain or discomfort, I can simply click on the pain box and the 3 little dots and we can start to add that in there. And obviously we can add notes in either by typing them in or with voice to text. And then we simply just hit the save and view test result and we'll see our nice graph over time. We'll see our normative data. You'll see the asymmetry between sides. In this case, we're looking at about 13.42% between sides, stronger on the right side. And as a percentage of body weight, we'll see the flags, which indicate he's either below average or above average. In this case, we're at average here. Nice job, Ra. You see the percentage there itself in the percentage box, and the little green box underneath the body weight percentage is the change since last session. So you've improved 120% since last time with this run. This is pretty good. We can also then toggle between the peak force and the average forces as well to see how he's able to generate that force over a number of reps and that average, and if there's a bit of a drop off there as well. We're then going to start to move now onto the endurance strength mode. And so in this case, I'm going to start with the left side again in the same process. And we're going to select a testing sort of time for this particular test. So this test is performed by having our patient or client push for a specific amount of time and measuring the peak force that was in that period, but also the average force that was applied over that time. So in this case, we're going to just change it from 30 seconds, which is our default, just to 10 seconds here for your Rama. And so I'm going to push play here, and then we've got 3 seconds to set up. So 3, 2, 1, push as hard as you can. Push, 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 push. And so we really want him to sustain for that 10 seconds. With your testing, on the last 10 seconds, you will hear a countdown every second, and then you'll hear multiple beeps as the test finishes. So that's important to tell your patient or client before you start this testing process, because as that beep starts, if you haven't warned them that it might start at the 10-second mark, they often will stop around that point as well. But that's a cue for them to know that there's only 10 seconds left in the test. We then hit save, and we can, again, like we did before, go to the right side and we can quickly start as well. So again, I'll hit the play button. We'll change this back down to 10 seconds for this side as well. And we'll hit the play button. We've got 3 seconds to set up. 3, 2, 1, push. And again, we're going to push as hard as we can for that full 10 seconds. So really trying to, again, motivate your patient or client to get the most results that you can through that period of time. Well done there, mate. And again, we hit save and we get our results between sides. And so you'll notice on the results screen here, it's very similar to what we just saw in the last max strength test, where we've got the peak and average forces. So you can see all the results for those. You got the graph over time. You've got the percentage of body weight, the asymmetry between sides, and then you can also see as a body weight percentage as well. So again, it gives you some really useful data to be able to communicate to your clients straight away how they're going compared to last time, how they're going compared to themselves in between sides and that asymmetry, and how they're going to people of similar ages, heights, weights, etc. So it's a really nice way and visual way to be able to record that and show that to your clients there. The last test we're going to do is our RFD testing mode. And we can use this handheld as well, but usually to get more accurate and reliable results, we're going to try and take the tester out of it, because if we do move or we lose any force in that sort of initial push for the rate of force development, we're not going to get accurate and reliable results. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump onto our tester platform here. So now we've got Rama set up on our tester platform to try and get some RFD measurements. And so we're going to cue Rama to push as hard and as fast as he can for 2 to 3 seconds as we do this. So we've already done the left side. We're just going to jump straight into the right side. And we're going to have you push as hard and as fast as you can. Go for it. Go, 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 go. And relax. Perfect. And then we just simply hit save. And again, that data gets saved into the platform. Again, we can add in some pain, we can add in some qualitative notes if there's anything that we've seen through our testing, and we get the results. So in this mode, we'll see that there's both the peak and average force that you developed on each of the repetitions, but there's also the peak RFD and the average RFD, or the rate of force development here as well. So you can really easily go in there and start to have a look at the difference in not only the force that was generated, but how that force was generated and the speed and velocity was generated. So it's a really nice test to be able to assess that. So you definitely highly recommend get in there, start to play around with these different movements on all of the different parts of the body, and enjoy your assessment. Happy assessing.